My name is Wolf Range. I've served 30 hours of community service in the heart of New York City. I've taken an elevator to the top of the Sears Tower. I've crossed the divide between the Bloods and the Crips. Now I'm in Bloomington, Indiana, one of the top party cities in America, and home to some of the most dangerous college students in the world. It's a mecca for thrill seekers and alcoholics. But every year, billions of people travel to the cities like these and find themselves in serious trouble. Now I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive. Parachuting into a terrain such as this one can be very dangerous, so I've opted to take the local transport. But with the shady characters on this transport, it may have been safer to take a parachute. I think this looks like a pretty good place. The main problem with public transportation is it never takes you exactly where you want to go. There's always the chance that you'll end up losing your bearings and becoming totally disorientated. It's always important in any survival situation that before you make any decisions on which direction to go, to get your bearings, and that is the perfect place. Getting to a high vantage point will allow me to see the forest line, but also any obstacles that I should avoid, such as fraternities that could contain a high concentration of aggressive local wildlife. Climbing structures like these can be extremely dangerous, but in a life or death situation, it can be your only option. Oh wow. Yeah. This is definitely the place I want to be. It looks like right over there is my best bet to get back into the wilderness. Now that I have my bearings, the first thing I need to do is find something to drink, and I have to do it fast. It is still early in the night and the local wildlife has yet to come out, but when they do, competition for limited resources will become even more intense. From my vantage point, I was able to spot a promising waterhole, but my experience finds that entering these can be pretty risky. It was a long shot that didn't pay off, but you can't dwell on your failures, so your best bet is to keep moving. As long as there have been parties, there have been people like me trying to sneak in. Every 60 seconds, thousands of people get the shit kicked out of them while trying to sneak into parties hosted by hostile tribes. You know, it's oftentimes very likely there will be many females present. If you look at them too long, or if you look at them in the eyes, it's all over. Jig's up. The secret to getting in and out safely is to move quickly and not to raise suspicion. It's very important to blend in. Now, this is what we call the old secretary. A careless female sit down to drink. Now it's time for me to take it. Okay, let's get it! Go. Oh my God. I think I've been spotted. Cheers. Oh, that's awful. When you're surviving, it's always important to take into all account every resource you have, even if it's Keystone Light. Time to keep moving. The city seems like an endless maze of brick and concrete with no end in sight. Hey, look over there. They're one of the native species. Now, follow. Now, it's getting really cold out here. Now, even though they haven't put on their winter coats yet, they've obviously put on their winter fat.
What the fuck did you say to me?
Run! Now that I've had something to drink, I need to find some food. It's important to know what to look for, but even more importantly, whether or not it's safe to eat. Come look at this. Now this is such a godsend. Taco Bell. Statistics say the Taco Bell from a dumpster tastes just as good as Taco Bell from the actual restaurant. And this is a really good indication that there's probably one nearby, so I might be in luck. Look, Taco Bell. Check this out. Oh, jackpot! Jackpot! You wouldn't think it, but Taco Bell is surprisingly high in protein and vitamin C.
Oh, look. Tastes so good. Oh!
You know, it's always important to always carry around your bottle opener just in case you have come across something just like this. That was such a godsend. Now I've got my energy, I think I'm ready to move on. Well, I'm all out, but there is a way to refill it. When you're out here, it's important to remember that the ones who survive are the ones who are willing to step outside of their comfort zone. And let me tell you, I'm really stepping outside my comfort zone. Well, it's something. Oh, that's all. It's actually a little better than the Keystone. Cheers. It's getting late, and the temperature is dropping fast. In these conditions, the temperature can drop well below absolute zero in just a matter of hours. Without a proper shelter, I may not last the night. However, the first step to a good shelter is finding materials to build it. It might not be your first choice, and it certainly isn't sanitary, but the local wildlife's refuse can be an excellent source of raw materials. The local vagrants have been building shelters like these for thousands of years. It's always important to spend the necessary amount of time building your shelter, and the one I'm building seems perfect. It's times like these when I really begin to miss the wilderness. I just miss the tranquility and the fresh air. But around here it's always so loud. Oh God, oh, take a look at that, take a look at that. Oh, man. This is a really bad sign. Local experts say that hanging shoes are a sign of drug houses, prostitution, or even cannibals. But I think I would rather chance the elements than stick around and be eaten alive. I want to get out of here fast, so I'm going to pick up the pace. I can tell I'm getting closer to the wilderness. The buildings are getting smaller, and I'm starting to see an increase in trees and plant life. Look. There it is, that's exactly where I want to be, right there. It's been a long journey, and I've done a lot of things I never thought I'd do. Yeah, being in this environment for 3 days has been really disorientating for me, and it's going to feel really good to get back to an environment that I'm really comfortable with.